Hi everybody, welcome to my latest video. This is my daily driver, my 2015 Ford Focus 1.6 diesel. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a service on her. So oil change, air filter, diesel filter and cabin filter. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get her up in the air and let's start taking things apart. One of the things I have done is fitted I think it's NB styling I used. Their lift kits for the struts. There. And that one there. Really like that. It gets rid of the bar that normally goes across the front there to hold the bonnet up. I really like that. Nice easy fit. It's all fitted just there, look, so you don't really see it. It's kind of there, it looks pretty standard actually when it's done, but it's quite nice, quite like it. Did a bit of a detail on the engine bay last time I had it when I cleaned it, so that's been done as well. Right, so today I'm going to do a service on her. Air filter change. This is a massive air filter. The only ever times I've seen anything that sort of size is like off a tractor. It's massive. Oil change, 530 oil. It's good for both diesel and petrol engines, so that's good. Doesn't require more than 4 litres, so that'll be alright on that one. Fuel filter. Never seen a fuel filter with a bit loose in the middle, so I'm hoping there's nothing wrong with that one and that's just how it's supposed to be. The oil filter. With a little tiny cartridge filter of it. And lastly, the pollen filter. This is actually a active coal filter. So it's got some coal in it, active coal in it, which is why it's not white. They're normally kind of really white, but this one looks almost dirty before you start it, but it's got this active coal in it. So hopefully that'll make the inside of the car a nicer place to be, especially now as it gets to summer and pollen starts to come around. So that is all the stuff on. Before we start the oil change, we have to get rid of this cover here. It's held on by a load of these Torx bolts here. I think there's about 6 or 7. So we'll get rid of them first. Right, with that out of the way, we can get a good look underneath here. It's actually the first time I've ever had a look under here. Gearbox there. And there is the oil sump. So we'll be undoing that plug there in the middle to drain the oil. But right now we'll start emptying some oil. Let's just drain all the oil out of it. When that's done, put the plug back in again. Right, let's have a quick look at this massive air filter, see why it's so big. And there it is. The biggest air filter I've seen on a car. Okay, the oil filter seems to be right down here. Right, so that there is the oil filter. Now if I'd have known that from the start, I could have taken the air filter out and done it on the bench and then put it all back in again. But there you go, you live and learn. Just keep it all clean. I want to flip the air filter out so I don't get any oil spilt all over the engine bay. I'm just going to put some paper down there. Okay, so the fuel filter is there. there is a water ejector here, so you just lift that up. There's a little sensor there, so you take off. This one, it's got a little button at the bottom of it. You press that and it pulls straight off. This one's slightly more complicated. It's got a little clip on this side there that you have to get a little screwdriver in and pull it off. Once you've done that, you can press that in with a screwdriver and it'll pull straight off. And there's two small bolts, one there and one there, and that should then lift up the fuel filter like that. And it's already drained because I drained the filter of it, and that's the filter there. Oh, can see some kind of, I have no idea what that is, but it's in the bottom of it. Piece of, I don't know, plastic, rubbish, crap, don't know. So we'll line these holes back up again and just push it on. Right, we'll now fill the engine up with oil. There, make sure it's all right. Put the cap on nice and straight. Very, very important. The only slight problem I've had with it is priming the diesel pump. These cars don't have a pump in the tank. So what you have to do is create a vacuum in the system. So what I've used is this handheld vacuum pump hat, this one here. It's the sort of thing you use to vacuum suck brake systems. But it does have a nice little adapter on it like that, that I could fit to this pipe, the front pipe, and that's the front one there. That's the one that goes to the engine. This one at the back, that comes from the tank. So this one is the one that goes through all the filter, and then it goes out there and into the pump, into the engine. So I connected that to that pipe, and then just hand pumped this, and I create a vacuum in the system. And as you can see, I got diesel all the way through to there. When I get it through to there, it's just a matter of disconnecting this from the pipe and then plugging that pipe straight back on it again. When that's done, it's simple enough to just start the car. When you do start the car, keep your foot flat to the floor and it will start to get rid of any eventual air bubbles and stuff. That's it, it's all done. All we've got to do now is do the pollen filter. Next job then is that pollen filter there. On a left-hand drive car like mine, it seems to be quite easy. I would imagine that on a right-hand drive car, you've got a problem with a load of pedals in the way. I've gone ahead already and taken away the plastic clip that's there. Seems to be somebody's already had a go at it, broke it, and there's no screw at the bottom there. So it was quite easy to get out. So what should happen now is I should be able to just get hold of this and pull it out. And that's it. And as you can see, a load of plants and leaves and God knows what else just came out of there as well. So it was, you can actually see it there, look. Definitely time to get this changed. Right, so we've got the new filter here, and as you can see on top of it, it does say airflow. So the air from the outside goes this way and into the cabin that way. So that's the way that it's got to go in. Let's try and stuff it in that hole. Not the easiest of jobs, especially with one hand. There's just about everything in the way. Okay, so it's in. In the end, I ended up taking away these two cables because they were right in the way. And then right at the top there is those two hoses there which were slightly in the way. But eventually, with a bit of force, I got it in. So now I can put the cover back on again. And then that's it, job done. Well, that's it then, full service. Oil filter, oil, air filter, fuel filter, and the pollen filter, all done. It's not that difficult. Give it a go if you feel like it. That's all done for the car. If you enjoy what you've seen today and want to find out some more, subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.